to digitalize government's day-to-day activities. Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, affirms state readiness for new malaria vaccine. Federal government begins evacuation of Nigerian students in Sudan. Ukraine President Zelensky holds first war phone call with China's Xi. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. I am Priska Wankwo. The details of the news. In line with the Governor Soludo-led administration's mantra of everything technology and technology everywhere, computers have been distributed in Anambra State. The first phase of distribution across ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as government appointees, will gradually introduce the use of emails and other tools and software in the day-to-day running of government activities. Our Government House correspondent, Valentine Badha, filed on this report taken from our studios.
The 200 computers equipped with modern digital tools, which cost over 100 million naira, are Core i3 and Core i5 computers, which will soon be backed with high-speed internet facilities. Speaking on behalf of the governor, Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, recalled that the policy began about 3 years ago when the former administration set up an ICT agency. The SSG stated that across the world, people interact easily with the use of technology, describing it as the speed of change in the world, and called on civil servants to embrace technology as it is very liberating. He asked the agency continue the next stage of training for civil servants on technology and commence digitization of documents to make the work easier.
This will help efficiency, but it is also very liberating, like I said. Once you embrace technology, you'll be very happy. So we thank Mr. Governor for keeping faith with what he promised in his manifesto. Technology everywhere and everything technology.
The head of service, Barrister Theodora Igwebe, revealed that it is one of the pillars of digitization of the service, saying that among other things, will introduce a shift from paper service to digital service for enhanced productivity and efficiency. Barrister Igwebe further pointed out that the commencement of the distribution is a bold step by the governor.
By using digital tools and technologies, we can streamline our processes, increase efficiency, and improve the quality of our services.
Earlier, the managing director of the ICT agency, Mr. Fred Abata, noted that it is a milestone for the Anambra State government under the supervision of Governor Soludo, for which the ICT agency is related to be at the forefront. He said that they conducted a baseline survey of the situation across MDAs and discovered a civil service that has a total of 306 computers, which is not ideal as government across the world now rely on technology.
These computers are designed to help empower us to do our work better. So we urge you to make the most of these tools and help build our state. The vision of Mr. Governor is a livable and prosperous smart megacity.
Commissioners, special advisors, other members of the State Executive Council, civil servants, among others, attended the event, which was held at the Government House, Awka. Symbolic presentation of the gadget formed the high point of the event. From the Government House, Awka, Valentine Badha reporting, Fabius News.
Anambra State House of Assembly has confirmed the appointment of Mr. Christian Udechukwu as the Commissioner for Industry by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. The House confirmed his appointment during yesterday's plenary after consideration of the report of its committee on screening and election matters on Mr. Udechukwu, presented by the chairman of the committee, Dr. Pascal Abudike. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modelim reports.
Of the committee, Dr. Abodike, who is also the Deputy Speaker of the House, they have screened Mr. Udechukwu and found him suitably qualified to serve Anambra State as the Commissioner for Industry.
The answers profiled by the nominee were cogent and satisfactory. The committee also adjudged the nominee suitably qualified to serve as the Commissioner of Industry in the state.
Thereafter, Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, the member representing Njiko Katu constituency, Dr. Pete Ibida, and his Anocha One counterpart, Honorable Ebele Ejiofor, provided Mr. Udechukwu with an insight on the expectations of the House from him As Commissioner for Industry, Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Okafor, read out the resolution of the House, while the lawmakers supported it through voice vote.
Those in support that the reports of the House Committee on Election Matters and Screening be made a working tool of this Honorable House, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Earlier, while answering questions from the House, Mr. Udechukwu explained that he will work with Governor Soludo to deliver his industrialization agenda for Anambra State by strengthening 161 industries in the state with a variety of policies and encourage new industries to grow locally. Mr. Udechukwu further said that he will use his wealth of experience to attract global enterprises in the world to Anambra State and partner with Anambra entrepreneurs to grow the economy with a view to deliver a smart megacity for Anambra where people around the world, including in the Anambra, will take pride to live, work, and invest.
Thank the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, for the opportunity to serve and support his administration, and thank him for the trust and confidence. And I hope and I look forward to working very closely with him and the National Assembly and the Soludo Solutions team to deliver on the industrialization agenda for Anambra State.
In their contributions, the member representing Nnewi North constituency, Honorable Nonso Smart Okafor, and the member for Njikoka 1 constituency, Dr. Timothy Ifedioramma, urged Governor Soludo to merge Ministry of Trade and Commerce with the Ministry of Industry so that Mr. Udechukwu will have a big platform to achieve his economic vision for the state. From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has disclosed that the state government has already kicked off plans to be the hub among the 4 states in Nigeria to receive the new malaria vaccine. Mrs. Soludo stated this in a statement released in Awka to mark the 2023 World Malaria Day. Noted that taking delivery of the vaccine, which has been consented for use in the country, would bring to an end the era of one of the commonest household sicknesses in the state. She explained that since the distribution of over 3.8 million insecticide-treated nets in 2022, the malaria rate has been significantly reduced in under 5 children in Anambra State from 77.8%, which stood in February 2022, to 14.3% in February 2023. The governor's wife was also the Anambra Net ambassador, who noted that insecticide-treated nets to use in the state have also increased from 27% in 2022 to 57% this year, accounting for the marginal decline in reported malaria cases across medical facilities in Anambra State under 1 year, while asking households, especially those housing children and pregnant women, to continue to sleep under mosquito nets. Mrs. Soludo maintained that her husband's administration is taking prime notice of the contribution of malaria to infant and maternal deaths and is working committedly to reduce malaria cases to the barest minimum. She also appealed to residents of the state to ensure that environments are constantly kept clean, while certain human habits that enable the breeding of mosquitoes might also be avoided. World Malaria Day is marked on April 25th of every year, with the World Health Organization, WHO, pinning this year's celebration on the theme, Time to Deliver Zero Malaria, Invest, Innovate, and Implement. Anambra State government has joined its counterpart worldwide to commemorate this year's World Malaria Day. Briefing the media to mark the day, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, said that malaria is a preventable and treatable disease that continues to have a devastating impact on the health and livelihood of people around the world. Our health correspondent has the details.
The Health Commissioner said that the day is internationally recognized, highlighting the global efforts to control malaria and celebrating the gains that have been made. According to him, since the year 2000, the world has made historic progress against malaria, saving millions of lives, and regretted that millions of people worldwide are still at risk of malaria, especially children. Dr. Obidike revealed that the World Malaria Report 2021 showed that the African region continues to shoulder the heaviest malaria burden, accounting to an estimated 234 million cases of malaria and 96% of malaria deaths in 2021. He said that within Africa, Nigeria contributes significantly to the global malaria cases and deaths, with the highest rates of 27 and 31% respectively. Dr. Obidike noted that the day is used to draw attention to the devastating impact of the disease on families, communities, and societies, as well as provide the opportunity for the participation of all Nigerians, governments, development partners, multinational organizations, local organizations, and individuals in raising awareness on malaria and the danger it portends. He revealed that this year's theme, which is Time to Deliver Zero Malaria, Invest, Innovate, and Implement, Act Now, reinforces how investments in ending malaria save lives and are a pathway to improving economic growth and preparing for future health threats to achieve a safer world. The Health Commission explained that last year the Anambra State government flagged off the distribution of over 3.8 million insecticide-treated nets to households in Anambra, with the First Lady, Mrs. Noye Soludo, as the net ambassador for the state. He urged the Anambra to maintain a clean environment devoid of stagnant water. They silt their gutters, cut grasses, and sleep inside their nets to achieve a malaria-free Anambra.
If we're able to implement all those things we do now, and the slogan is obviously to act now. This year's theme reinforces how investment in ending malaria saves lives and are a pathway to improving economic growth and preparing for future health threats to achieve a safer world.
Earlier, the State Director of Public Health in the ministry, Dr. Afam Aneme, who eulogized the successes recorded in the fight against malaria in the state, called for all hands to be on deck in the fight against the disease. In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Candidates of the ongoing 2023 Defied Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) in centers across Anambra State have been asked to abide by the rules guiding the examination. The Anambra State JAMB Coordinator, Mrs. Karen Gar, gave the directive at JAMB office in Amobia, Okasao local government area, while speaking to ABS on the ongoing JAMB examination in the state. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
The examination, which is being written in badges, kicked off yesterday and will end on Friday, the 28th of April 2023, when ABS visited some of the JAMB centers within Oka, including the IDK Learning Center, St. John of God Girls Secondary School, and Graffield Center. It was observed that the examination was going on smoothly, except for a few candidates who missed their own exam time. The Anambra State JAMB boss, Mrs. Gar, who restated the commitment of the board towards ensuring a heat-free exercise across the 29 centers in Anambra State, cautioned the candidates against examination malpractice or any irregularities that contradict the rules guiding the exam, saying that they employed the services of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and as well informed the Nigeria Police Force on the exam to ensure orderliness and secure environment for the exercise, saying that the Anambra State JAMB Board is working hand in glove with the State Ministry of Education. Mrs. Gar revealed that the board, before the commencement of the examination, made sure that centers in the state, as well as computer sets and network, are in good condition and will perfectly serve the candidates. Speaking, the State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chuomude, commended the State JAMB Board for efforts putting into place to serve Anambra JAMBites perfectly throughout the exam, explaining that she visited all the JAMB centers in the state to check the condition of computers as well as the speed of the network in centers, confirming that the centers are in good condition for the exercise, even as she disclosed that officials of the State Education Ministry are also monitoring JAMB examination across the centers. Professor Chuomude, while pointing out that the state is known for excellence owing to the efforts of the present administration of Professor Chukwuma Soludo in the sector, warned this year's JAMB candidates and other students in the state against examination malpractice, an act she said destroys one's destiny and academic future.
For JAMB, we will make sure that there are no malpractices. We have put machineries into motion to make sure that it's smooth sell and that there is no malpractices in the examination.
In separate interviews, some of the Jambites, including Masters Johnson Nicholas, Emmanuel Ifeme, Donald Udechukwu, among others, rated the services of JAMB high but recommended that JAMB should improve time-wise to minimize the sufferings of the candidates, as according to them, they were supposed to write their exam by 12 noon but had to wait till 1 p.m. in Oka. I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The federal government has commenced the process of evacuating Nigerian students stranded in Sudan. At least 420 people have been killed and over 3,700 injured following the deadly fight raging between forces loyal to two rival military generals in the country. The Nigerian government had released a sum of 150 million naira to hire at least 50 buses that would convey the stranded Nigerian students from war-torn Sudan through Cairo and Egypt. It was gathered that some of the buses arrived on Wednesday morning as the students prepare for evacuation back to Nigeria. The Transition Committee Chairman for Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Neville Uchendu, has called on Indianambra to participate actively in the upcoming National Population Census nationwide. Prince Neville made this known while playing host to executive members of Nigerian Union of Journalists and Anambra State Council in his office at the Council Secretariat on Wednesday. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri covered the event and now reports.
Prince Neville pointed out that it is very important that everyone takes full part in the national population exercise so that the problems associated with 2006 census do not arise. He said that he has sensitized his council members on the need for active participation, urging other council areas to embark on such sensitization exercise. Prince Neville applauded Governor Soludo's strong policy in security of lives and property of the state citizenry, especially how he tackled their security-prone area, saying that peace and stability has returned in their locality. The Orumba South Council Board appreciated journalists in Anambra for doing a good job in information dissemination and prompt reportage of government programs and activities, all geared towards growth and development of the state.
I want every Anambarian to take this census very, very serious. I'm proud that I have sensitized the whole thing even to the ward level in Orumba South. We are prepared for this census coming.
Earlier, the state chairman of NUJ, Dr. Odogu Emeka Odogu, said that the visit was to familiarize themselves with the Orumba South Council boss and to see ways they can partner with the council area in some of its programs. Dr. Odogu, represented by the vice chairman of the council, Comrade Ngozi Obileri, appreciated Prince Neville for grading roads in 18 wards in the council area during Christmas, in line with the vision of Governor Soludo to give access to Indianambra coming home for the Yuletide and for renovating some buildings in the council headquarters for the good of the workers, urging him not to relent.
We also want to tell you that we hear your scores. Like last year, we heard you graded roads in 18 wards in Orumba South, and we are happy about that. We want to tell you to continue.
From the Orumba South Council headquarters, Umunze, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS in any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State government is set to digitalize government's day-to-day activities. Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, has affirmed state government's readiness for new malaria vaccine. Federal government has begun evacuation of Nigerian students in Sudan. Ukraine President Zelensky has held forced war phone call with China's 6. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the morning news right here on ABS Television at this time. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wanko. Good morning.